Good afternoon, everyone. So today's class we are going to discuss about the Oracle SQL training class section 2. Okay, session 2. So what are the topics we are going to cover in this session? Data types. Okay, so Oracle data types. What are the different types of data types? How to deal with null values, and what is a describe command. So these are the three concepts we are going to discuss in the session 2, which is class nothing but class SQL class 2 class 2 topic. So first one in the Oracle. So when we try to create an SQL, when we try to create the table, any table, okay, example, in the last class we have tried to create an exercise of how to create a table. Okay, so let me open up the SQL developer. So this is the KCS data training is the schema which we have created in the last class. So how to create a schema, we have seen that how to grant access to the specific schema and how to commit. So if you want to see all the tables, in one schema, we have to type select star from tab. And to see the data, to see a table, select star from table name, emp_info is a table name. Okay, by seeing this is a table name, this is how we are going to understand this table. So if I want to know this specific table, what is the table, what is the column names, and what are the data type, table information, to see the table information we are going to type something called describe command. Okay, to see the to view the table details. Okay, details means column name and corresponding data type. Okay, data type, then we are going to type as something called DESC. DESC is a short form. Okay, DESC, and the table name describe underscore info is a table name. When we type here, we can observe here it is going to give us a table name and what are the data type. So employee EID, employee ID is a number format. E name is a variable character. Salary is a number 7,2. Okay, 7,2 means rupees and paisa. So 7 is called as a precision, 2 is called as a scale. And the joining date column is nothing but a data type, we have date. Okay, so like that we are going to understand. So now before going that, there are something information which we understand, which we need to understand, the types of data types. Data type, what is this data type? Basically data type. Okay, when I say the data type, the data type represent the type of the data to be entered into a column, and database engine can assign memory for the value entered into the column. Okay, what is this meaning? So this meaning saying that whenever the data type represent the type of data, okay, the type of data to be entered into a column, and the database engine nothing but hard disk, right, hard disk, whatever you have, hard disk. So that will allow the space memory, how much you want to use the memory, for the values you enter in the column. Okay, so there are three types of database types are there. There are three types of database. Basically we are going to use three database types. Three data types we are going to use in this scenario. First one is called as a string data type. String data types. So what is the string is nothing but alphabetics. Alphabetics. So whenever I say the string means these data type, very important concept. These data types support alphabets, alphabet, digits, and any symbol from the keyboard. Okay, from the keyboard is called as a string data type. So that means the whatever we are trying to enter, if it is in the alphabets or digits, okay, or any symbol greater than, less than, or any condition, any data, so then it is called as a string data type. In this string data type, what are the data types we are going to use? Okay, first one is called char size. How much size you are going to specify. So in this char, so if you are mentioning the char, it is used to store fixed length character character strings. So by default the size is one character, and the maximum size max size is 2000 letters. 2000 character means 2000 letters it can accept. Okay, 2000 character or byte, we can say bytes. Okay, so one bytes, right? So example the columns what we are going to use for this one. Example, the column which we are going to use, employee id. Okay, employee id or pnr number, okay, or bank account numbers, or policy numbers, or so on. Okay, so these are the example of character. Next one, we have something called varchar. Varchar varchar 2 of size. Okay, so varchar 2 of size, we are going to understand what is the difference between var and varchar 2. So this variable character, varchar stands for variable character. So it is used to store variable length character strings. Okay, so default no default size is specified. We should exclusively declare. We have to declare manually. We should specify the size and maximum size is 4000 letters. Okay, 4000 characters or bytes it can accept, right? So, and another one which is called as a long data type. Long So long data type, what is a long data type? So basically in this long data type, it is used to store variable length character data. Char data similar to variable character to data type. Okay, so but max size it can accept size is 2 GB of data. Okay, something, if you want something very big in a character like paragraph, okay, you're trying to write something in a paragraph or some long letters, then we are going to use in the long data type. Next one, we have n character of size. Okay, so what is this basically stands for? It is similar, it is similar, it is similar to the character, same characters of size. Okay, so data type, same data type, similar to character, but it is not, it is used to support any national characteristic, national character set. So that is nothing but it is going to support ASCII. So anyone know what is the meaning of this one, sir? ANSI. ANSI. Anyone know the meaning of ANSI? American National Standard for Code Interpretation. Okay. So which is nothing but it is going to accept for all kind of scenarios. So next one we have same thing in varchar, variable character size. So here what is the variable character size in this condition also? It is also same similar. Okay, it is similar to the varchar 2 of size, okay, data type, but it is used to support, same, it is used to support any national character set. Okay, so this is for the character. When we are trying to write the alphabet, we are going to use this condition. When we are trying to write the alphabet, it is going to use this condition. Okay guys, so whenever we are trying to write, so there are three types of data sets available. So first one is called character string data type. First is called string data type. Second is called number data type, numeric data type. Third one is called as a date data type. Okay, so these are the three data types supported by the database, Oracle database data type. So first one we are going to understand the string data type. In the string data type, we are going to use character and varchar. So what is, you can have a question, sir, why can't I use character or why can't I use varchar? When I have to use it? So if in case in this query, so we have seen that there is something called varchar and then character. So both are similar, right? Why are we are trying to use the varchar and why are you trying to use the character? What is the difference? Okay, so let me explain you the difference so that we will understand what is the purpose of using a specific data type. So here I am trying to see one query. Okay, so example, I am trying to write some query. Okay, so this is line number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so let I'm calling this one as a character. Okay, char character of size, how much size? 10 letters. Okay, and now I'm writing here in this one, I'm writing here as a, so I'm writing here this condition. Okay, I'm writing here this condition as example. So select this one. I'm writing here as a name called Mahesh. Okay, M A. Each letter is going to store in one set. MAHESH. Yes, anyone have any questions? Okay. So same thing, I'm going to select this condition. So when I try to use in the variable character, okay, here I'm trying to write something called as a variable character. Var where var 2 of size 10. Okay, so when I try to use this condition, when I'm trying to write this condition, what exactly happen is, so the defined, there is some allocation we have given for the one column. Example, for one column we have given 20 letter characters. Okay, if you see, if I try to see the table, how many letters the employee name is using, sir? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Only 6 letters in the employee name. Mahesh consists of 6 letters, right? 6 letters. So total how many letters, how much space we have given allocation? How much space, sir, everyone? How much space we are given? So total 20. So only we use 6. So 14 letters, 14 space, 14 letters of space, bit, okay, 14 spice of bits are some byte, 14 bytes are being left, which is not used, so when in this case what exactly happen is, when we are giving a character, character, so no matter whatever, whether you have completed the letter, the given allocation 10 spaces, 10 bytes of spaces, 10 letters of spaces, whatever, no matter. So if you are using one letter or 8 letters or 9 letters, no matter, 10 letters if it is allocated in the database, the space 10 letters is allocated dedicatedly to the character, right? So what happened if I'm using only 2 letters or 3 letters, so data might be different. So due to that, what happens, so the remaining 7, 8, so the spaces, these spaces, so whatever we are trying to use these spaces, so these spaces would be having an impact. Okay, so example, if you see here, so this condition, these spaces, this space is left over, this space is left over. Okay, this complete, this space is left over, this space is left over, and this is not allocated to any other columns or any other space. So what exactly happen is, the space is getting waste. So you can consider this is a very small, but when you are dealing with some hundreds, millions or lakhs or crores of columns, right, daily, so you have daily crores of data is coming up every day. So when you're trying to space, what happen, there will be a huge, storage space, there will be the huge storage space issue will happen. Okay, due to that, what happen, so you have to buy, the cost also will be high, okay, cost will be high. Due to that, what happen, the maintenance problem will be there, maintenance problem will be there, maintenance problem will be there, because if we are dealing with lot of spaces here, okay, we are not talking about the 4 letters, we are talking something like 4 crores of letters. Sometimes every time keep on new data is coming up, right? Same thing when we are trying to use a variable character. So whatever the character, whatever the assigned value, whatever the condition we are using here, okay, this specific value, whatever the condition we have used, so we have allocated in the variable character 2 of 10. So the 10 letters of value will be assigned here, and after the 10 letters, if the letters are completed, then what happen, the remaining letters will be given to other column. Understood? The remaining space, the remaining character, the remaining bytes will be given to other character. So due to this, what happened, so other column can use these values, due to that, there will be a cost effective, the storage space will be distributed, right? There is no waste of storage space. So due to that, what happened, the storage space will be reduced, so highly reduced, and the cost will be, because if you are not going to buy many different databases, right, different hard disk, So the cost will be reduced, the maintenance cost also will be reduced. That is the reason, the difference between the character and varchar. Okay, if in case I am giving just a char, so char means if I am not giving anything with a number, so by default the character means only the single letter it is going to accept. If I am not mentioning any number, just a char, so the system will understand to define only one letter. Okay, that is how we are going to understand the data type. So now using this condition, we have three types of data types. One data type is called as a string data type, second one is called numeric data type, third one is called date data type. So in the string data type we have five sections: character, variable, varchar, variable character 2, long, n character, and n variable character, n variable character 2. So you have to give two sets. Okay, so this is a string data. So 95% most of the databases we are going to use variable character, because when we use this here, it is used to store the variable length character. Variable means, what is the meaning of variable? Values will keep on changing. Values keep on changing. What is the meaning of variable? Value is keep on changing, the variable condition. Okay, then next one we have something called numeric data type. So we are going to understand what is a numeric data type. Everyone, numeric data type. Numeric data type. So in this numeric data type, the basically what we define, the number data type, when you want to type the numbers, it might be the employee id, student roll number, your hall ticket number, okay, or the salaries number. So anything which deals with the numbers, then in that case we are going to type the numeric data type. So the number data type stores fixed and floating point numbers. Okay, these numbers of virtually any magnitude can be stored and are guaranteed with portable among the different system, operating Oracle. Okay, so up to 35 digits, so now numeric, when we are trying to use a numeric data type, so it can accept go up to 38 digits of precision. What is the meaning of 38 precision? Means, like example, this is 1 0 2 2 means tensor, 2 digits, 2 number. Okay, 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15, like that. It's going to accept till 38 numbers, 38 dots. It can be accepted. The database can accept 38 numbers, 38 digits. Okay, so how to write this one? So the positive number, from which point to which point it is going to accept? Positive number in the range 1 into 10 to the power of minus 130. Okay, 10 to the power of minus 130 to minus, okay, till minus to 9.99999 into 10 to the power of 125. 10 to the power of, this is the power, sir, this is the power of, okay, 10 to the power of 125 means 10 to the power of 125. 10 square, what we said at 10 square, 10 cube. So 10 to the power of 125. 10 will be multiplied 125 times. That much of amount it can accept the numbers. Okay, and this is the one 10 to the power of minus 139 103. Okay, it is a very huge, very huge number that we can be used. Okay, with with up to with with up to 38 significant numbers, significant digits. Okay, so here in this one when we talk about the digits numbers, sir, okay, there are two types of basically the data types. So one, the data type, how we are going to define the data type would be, one is called as a number of precision comma scale. So what is this precision comma scale? Okay, it is used to store numbers along with decimal point. Okay, how it is going to be stored? So example, if I'm writing create a table, create a table, and the table name is employee details. Okay, first one is I'm going to enter as a employee number. Okay, number, or employee id card, id, employee id, then number of something I'm going to give as a 4. Okay, comma. So employee salary column, salary column, I will be going to give 7 comma 2. So when I'm going to do a 7 comma 2, so then how it is going to differ? So this is how that's employee. So now EMP is employee salary of 7 comma 2, 7 comma 2, 7 comma 2. Okay, so what is this meaning here? How it is going to display? 1 2, this 1 2 comma 7 5. What is the meaning of this one, sir? First number is there, right? 7. So here only we have given two values. Okay, and then the what is called as a decimal is 2. Okay, scale is called as a decimal. This number is called precision. So you can give 7 numbers, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, till 7 numbers you can enter, and then 2 digits, 2 dots, 2 paisa. So rupees and paisa. What you call in USA, what we call in USA, we call as a dollars. Okay, 101, like 7 6 5 4 3 2 1, 7 numbers, dollars, 25 cents. Okay, we call this as a dollars, and then the paisa we call as a cent, cent. Right, this is how it is going to be differed. So the 7 number, so the max number it can accept is 38. So example, the maximum number it can accept 38 comma 2. Okay, the maximum number it is can accept 38 comma 2. So means 38 numbers, the numbers can be accepted here. So how much this one, sir, if you see in the number normally? So comma, okay, so it should comes around, yeah, so 76 lakhs 54,000, 76 lakhs 54,000 is the month salary something. Okay, you can consider 76 lakhs. If you are going to put 38 means, you just remember it is going to be something like, so thousands of crores, 1 lakh crores, it will cross more than 1 lakh crores. Okay, it is going to cross more than 1 lakh of crores, right? When you are going to give the salary column, then only you are going to give 7 comma precision dot comma scale. So but when you are trying to enter the student ID number, student or employee, everyone are now employees, right? Employee ID number. So then in this case I'm going to write just number of 4. That's it, 4. So then what is the value here? Only the employee ID number is 7653 something. Only the 4-digit number, it can accept only the 4-digit number. If you try to enter, so 5. So if you try to enter 5 numbers, so then the system will not accept accept because because the defined data type precision value is 4 numbers, 4 letters, okay, 4 numeric numbers. So only it is going to accept 4 numbers, right? So that is the reason it is going to allocate. So this is one we are going to under. So the number format consists of two things. One is called number of precision and scale, and then just the number of precision. Okay, precision, that's all. These are the two things which we are going to accept from the 2LC. Earlier we used to have integer int, also integer number and other thing, but current world we are going to use this is a number format. Okay, right. So this is the numeric data type, right? Next one we have something called as a date data type. Date data type is very important to understand, because the date data type, whatever the discussion, whatever the business we are going to work, everything will going to depends on the date. Okay, so date data type. In this date data type, what are the conditions are date? Let understand what is this consist of. Okay, the date data type stores point in time values. What is the meaning is dates and time together. Time together, it is going to store in a table. In a table, it is going to store. So that is what the meaning of date data. So it is going to store with respect to the date, time. Date means current date, month, year, and then the time, whatever the time, hours, minutes, and then the precision, AM or PM. Okay, so the data type stores include the centuries as well. So this date date data type stores the year including the centuries information, including the centuries. Centuries means BC, AC, AD. What do you have the centuries? So those information also it is going to available if you want to enter those information. For example, the month. See here. So in our Oracle will allow us Oracle database can store date in the Julian area. Julian era. Okay, Julian era means very earlier before that. So ranging from January January 1st to 4712 BC. Okay, 4712 BC 12 BCE. Date it can start from the date through the last date. It can store till December 31st, comma December 31st, comma see 4712 CE. CE is century era, common era. Okay, common era. So we are it is might be like some crores of years from now. This is from crores of years from now. So it can store up to from very huge of the before the starting of the world, and then till the end of the world, like so some thousands of years from now, from lakhs of years after that. So the database can accept any data in between these two. Okay, that means we can store n number of databases, right? So here it is going to store in what are the forms, sir? It is going to store in three forms. So the data in the data date type, in the data type, it, the details we are going to see is it is going to store, we can see the centuries, we can see the So some companies might ask you to display the centuries or something, like you can see the years, we can see month data, we can see day data, we can see hours data, we can see minutes and seconds correspondingly. So this is the data. We are going to see the date data type. So what is the syntax? What is the syntax to display the date data type? The standard output for the date data type, the standard output Oracle database will follow the standard date data type is dd dash mon dash yy. What is the meaning? Current date. If you are going to consider today's date, so today's date is 12th dash January. So if you are mentioning three letters, so just Jan dash, what is the year? 2023. So this is a year it is going to display. So if you want to see the current data, what is the current data syntax in SQL? Sys, sys date, sys date is a syntax to see the date of today's date column. So how to see that? Please see here. Select sys date from dual. Dual table is logical, physically is not present. Physically the table is not present, but logically present for any calculation or seeing the data. So when I try to see this data, it is going to show the current date. The format it is going to show sys date, system date. So this is a syntax for displaying the default dd monYY. If you want to convert the date and show the different date, we can do that. Okay, 2 underscore timestamp, right, 2 underscore timestamp from sys database. If you are trying to want to see the hours, minutes, am, pm, then we are going to use this syntax. This kind of conversion of the date we are going to discuss in going forward in the other classes. Well, we are going to see the date conversion concept. We are going to understand how to convert the date from one form to another, how to display the date. Okay, so this is going to display with dd date, month, year, and then it is going to display the hours, minutes, seconds, am and pm. This is related to the computer system data, right? So this is what basically we are going to work on these conditions, right? And we have something, another thing called as a b file data type, right? B file data type. What is a B file data type? We have another type of database which is called as a B file data type. B file data type. So what is this B file data type? Basically the B file data type, what we called in this one, the B file data type is nothing but, so B file data type. So what a B file data type is? Type stores the information, stores unstructured structured binary data in the operating system files. So outside in the operating system files outside the database, right? A binary a binary B file, binary file columns are or attributes what we call as a columns. When we call as a columns or attributes are also called as a columns in the term, in the technology term, in the technical terminal we all call as a attributes can also call as a column. So column stores in a file locator that, okay, a file locator that point to the external file, that point to an external file, external file containing the data, containing the data. Okay, we are going to see that what is this consist of. So when we are dealing with the, when we are dealing with something called as a data warehousing concept, okay, there is something concept, guys, everyone, I think everyone are aware of in the informatica, in the informatica or ODI technology, we have something called sequence generator transformation, right? Sequence sequence generator transformation. So what is going to generate? It is going to generate the numbers. Okay. So if I want to capture example, I want to see the data. So where I want to see some data, well, I'm trying to see a squad schema. Inside the squad schema, I am seeing here something table called employee table. So well, I have a record of total how many records we have to see the count of the data. If you want to know the total how many number of counts, so when we can type as a count of star from EMP, it is going to give the total number of count. Total 36 records, 36 records have in this particular column. This is how you can see the total number of records in one table, right? If I want to see what is this row ID, so there is some concept called data warehouse and sequence generator. We can see the row ID comma row num row number column. These are the system predefined columns attributes when we install the software. So this will help us to synchronize the data. We can see the sequential order of the data, if how many the data has been increased. So using that, if you see a select star from EMP table, right? If you see the select star from EMP table, we will able to see only this column, right? If I want to see those columns, so we can type row ID. These tables are not exist physically. Same thing, same content is not exist for this table, but this is a system defined table. Row number, comma, comma, star of EMP. So when you see this one, what happened? It is, see, these are the two columns. These are the two columns which will be generated while running the execution process. So this is one of the data type process. This can be used only with the data warehousing concept. This is nothing but the data warehousing concept. The row number, whatever the row number, row num is called as a surrogate key. Surrogate key, we are going to discuss the concept when we discuss the primary key. Okay, primary key, foreign key, what is the primary key, what is the foreign key, what is the alternative key, what is the surrogate key, what is a composite key. Okay, so what are the composite keys, all these things we are going to understand when we discuss about the keys for formation, right? So by this we are able to understand, by this we are able to understand SQL. Okay, in the SQL we have a data types. Whenever we try to create any table, we are going to write the base on the column. While creating the table, we are going to define the data type. So what is the data types? Like it might be the character, letter, alphabetics, numbers, salary numbers, or the date format, the joining date, resign date. So the day of transaction happened, on which date the transaction happened. So to import, to insert the new record, we are going to follow. So string data type consists of character, varchar, long, n varchar and n varchar 2 size. So most of the cases we are going to use this variable character, varchar 2 of the size, because it is going to be whatever the assigned value, inside assigned the 20 letter character, so we are going to use only 10. So the next 10 value will be assigned to the next column values, so that the storage space, the performance will be increased, right? So next one we have something called numeric data type. In the numeric we have two types: number of precision comma scale, or number of precision. When you want to define the student ID, when you want to define the employee ID, we are going to use number of precision. So when you want to define the salary column or the transaction amount, so then we are going to define the number of precision comma scale, right? So when you want to define the date, So then we are going to create. So example, create table, syntax, syntax, create table, student, okay, then student joining date, student joining date, student joining date, then we are going to just type as a date, that's it, the date. Okay, this is how the syntax will be defined, this is how the syntax will be defined. So student date, so by the date default syntax is, this is the one, ddmmn. So the value will be displayed in this format. We can convert the date type into any other format based on the business need, right? And another one, we have something called b file, which is consist of, so row number, row id, and row num. These are the two columns which are the system defined, which is used to understand the surrogate key sequential orders. Okay, so this is the data type what we have discussed. Next we have something concept called null values. Null value, what is the meaning of null values, right? So we have to just understand what is the meaning of null value and when we are going to use this null value, right? So null values are nothing but null values. When we speak about a null value, nothing but a missed values in a column. In a column is known as null value. Null value. That means it doesn't have a transaction for that. That's it. Small in let put in a simple way. So example, there is some transaction happening, so it doesn't have the transaction for that particular. Okay, so null value in this one, very important. Null value, null means null value is not equal to 0 or space, okay, or other null values. So it doesn't mean that it doesn't have the transaction for that particular day. It doesn't have transaction for that particular day. So that is nothing but null value. Null values. So null values represent missing or unknown data. Data. Null value is so we can use a null value to override the null values. If you want to see that explicitly, so there are two types of null values are there. So in the null value, inserting null values are two methods. One is called as a implicit insertion, and then we have another thing called explicit insertion. So what is this implicit insertion? In this implicit insertion, if we miss a value in a column, then it is dynamically maintains a null value. So if we are not defining anything by default, so when we creating the table, while inserting the data, we have not declared anything by default, so it is going to consider that that's a null value. That is called, so with nothing but we just left the space, that is called as a implicit null value declaration, inserting the data. Okay, example, so insert command, insert into the table name called employee information info. So inside that, what is the column? Employee number, comma, so e name, employee name is there, and then salary is there, and designation is there. Designation, these are the columns. So then I'm going to type the values of values. So here in this one, employee ID is 555, comma, so there is something called employee name is there, right? So comma Jones, Mahesh, okay, comma salary I want to mention 12,000 rupees. Then after the designation is salesman. So now what happened, I have entered all the values. If I'm missing anything, if I'm writing, if I by mistake I have not written this value, by mistake I have not written this value. So what exactly happened, it is then the value is inserted without then it is going to display as null value. So if you want to, so if I'm not mentioning this salesman in the designation. So what happened? It is going to display as a null. That's it. If you are leaving anything without specifying, the computer understand. So employee number, associated employee number, name and salary. The designation value is not there. So it is going to, by default, the computer is a dynamically create, understand that the designation value is not available. So it is going to declare as a null value. Okay. When you have the explicitity, so then we are going to declare that condition. So just we have to specify null keyword, okay, at the place of missing, at the place of missed value. Same thing in this case, example in this case, how we are going to write. So copy this one, sir. Okay, so here I'm not going to, designation value is not available. Then in this place we are going to declare as something called null value. So this is how we are going to use a null value. So when you are going to SQL query, so when you're seeing this employee table, okay, do you see something called null value? Okay, null values are there. So that means this particular table has null values means it doesn't have any transaction. A specific employee name called Smith, he doesn't have any commission, he did not get any commission, he just work for the salary and he don't get commission. Only the salesman who sells some product, on the product he gets some commission. Okay, so that is the meaning. So salesman commission. So the manager, manager working for some job and then he get a salary, but there is no commission, means there is no value, there is no transaction. So but you can replace a null value. Those replacing also we are going to understand. So select example, employee name comma job comma manager comma hire date salary, commission. So if you want to replace the null value, so NVL commission. So this commission, what value you want to replace. So then from EMP, if you want to write, you can replace the values also. This is how you can replace the null values to another value. Okay, if you want to replace a 10, what happened? The null value will be replaced with 10 numbers. So we are going to understand the conversion, how to conversion from one null value to another. We are going to use in next upcoming sessions. Thank you guys. Thanks for today's call. So we'll catch up tomorrow. Thanks for today's call.